So the movie starts, and we are shown the moon on which darkness starts to spread. Then we see a huge alien mothership moving towards Earth. The scene shifts to an institute on Earth where the signals coming from space are tracked. Everything was normal, and the staff was performing their daily routine work when suddenly they start receiving a strong signal on their devices. They had never received such a signal before, so they start learning about it immediately. Then they come to know that this signal is coming from the moon, and they forward this information to the military. In the information, it was also told that whatever it is quite big and spread over many kilometers, moving towards Earth. Not only that, there are some pieces of it which are also quite big in size, and in some time, they will be in the radius of Earth. All this was going to be a problem. After some time, news starts to come from all over the world that people have noticed unusual things in the sky. It seems like there are some kind of blasts in the sky because of which clouds of fire are everywhere. Actually, it is because of that UFO. To know about why these clouds of fire are forming, a plane is sent there, but that plane gets destroyed due to its heat. It was getting difficult to know why all this is happening. After some time, a huge UFO enters the Earth's environment. It is so huge that it covers the whole city, and many such UFOs are seen in different parts of the world. Now, a TV station is shown where we see David, who is a satellite engineer and technology expert. David is told that TV signals are not working properly all over the world. When David sees this problem, he comes to know that there are some hidden signals in these signals which are disappearing continuously. Then David thinks about that UFO, and he understands that the signals hidden in the satellite are of his UFO. Those aliens are setting their UFO all over the world. In the next 7 hours, these signals will disappear completely, and then those aliens will attack Earth. Now, David quickly calls his ex-wife, who is a communication director. She's present in the White House at this time because she works with the president. David tells her all his predictions, but she doesn't believe him and she cuts the call. David knows that his prediction can't be wrong. That's why he goes to Washington, D.C. with his dad where the White House is. He reaches there and calls his ex-wife and meets the president with her help. David also tries to explain everything to the president that aliens are going to attack Earth for which they're using our signals. The president also doesn't believe David, and they leave the place after listening to David. After this, we see that 2 flying jets are sent near the alien UFO, which is above Washington, D.C. But as soon as those jets come near the UFO, they are attacked, and both the jets are destroyed. The president and the rest of them understand that what David was saying was all right. These aliens have come to Earth with the intention of attacking. That's why they all leave the White House. The rest of the people of Washington are also informed, and there is chaos everywhere. Everyone leaves the city. In some time, the time is over, which means the time that David predicted comes. Then the UFO door opens in the sky and the aliens start their attack. Big buildings start getting destroyed in a few seconds, and there's devastation everywhere. The president is very sorry for his mistake. He thinks that he should have listened to David and should have taken some action earlier. Now the Air Force had to do something. That's why they start their planning against the aliens. They send a lot of fighter jets to that spaceship, which was a little away from that UFO, in which we are shown a pilot, Steven, who is very good at his job. We see that all these fighter jets launch missiles on that UFO, but they get destroyed before reaching it because an invisible wall is protecting the UFO. They do a lot of attacks, but every time they're empty. In a while, small spaceships come out of that UFO, which counterattack them, and a lot of jets start getting destroyed. Steven sees that a spaceship is following his plane. That's why he tries to escape from it, and before the alien attacks him, witness the intense encounter between humans and aliens as they fight for Earth's survival. Steven, a brave pilot, manages to open his parachute just in time, saving him from a UFO crash. However, the crash results in a UFO appearing right in front of Steven. He and his team decide to explore the UFO only to encounter a formidable alien inside. As the story unfolds, tensions rise when the president realizes that the aliens have already caused significant damage to the Air Force. A debate ensues with David opposing a bombing attack due to potential consequences for Earth. Meanwhile, David's father reveals shocking information about the past, involving alien attack in Russia and the existence of aliens in Area 51. The plot takes a dramatic turn when the group visits Area 51, discovering a massive underground lab where the 1947 UFO is stored. A scientist explains that the UFO has become active after recent UFO arrivals on Earth. They also find 3 dead alien bodies, leading to further speculation about the aliens' communication methods and intentions. On the other side, Captain Steven manages to capture an alien and brings it to Area 51. Unfortunately, the alien's psychic abilities lead to a tragic turn of events, resulting in fatalities. Despite the president's attempt at negotiation, the aliens remain steadfast in their intentions to conquer Earth. In a last-ditch effort, the president orders an atomic attack on the UFO, but the alien's protective shield proves impenetrable. Humanity faces imminent defeat as the battle against the aliens reaches a critical juncture. Captain Steven takes a helicopter and reaches his city because his wife and children were here. When he arrives, he sees that the president's wife is also there, and she is in very bad condition. He brings everyone back, but the president's wife's internal bleeding does not stop, and she dies. On the other hand, we see that David is very sad because his attack failed, and he is very angry. He has also drunk beer. His father comes to him and explains, but David does not understand anything. His father tells him to fix his clothes. Otherwise, he will get cold. After hearing all this, David has a plan, and he goes to the UFO, which had crashed and was with him. Actually, it was still active. He puts a can of cold drink inside the UFO. There's an officer there who tells him to shoot it. When he shoots it, the bullet does not hit the can because of its four-sided protection. After that, David presses some buttons on the computer and says, "Now shoot." When he shoots now, the bullet hits the can. Everyone is very surprised and happy. They all ask him, "What did you do?" He says that he has kept a device with the can with which he created a virus inside the UFO. As a result, its shield became weak. David tells him that they will also take such a device to the mothership with which they will put a virus in the ship, rendering its techniques useless. Now the question was, how will we put this device inside his mothership? David says that they have a UFO and they can blast it into the mothership, activating the device inside it for a while. They will have about a minute, and in that 1 minute, they will have to destroy the other ships. But now the question is, who will fly that UFO? So Steven says, "I have seen his UFO very closely in the war. Now it is decided that Steven will fly it." After this, all the big countries of the world are also given information, and it is said that after the next 5 hours, they will attack the UFOs in their countries. If you also find a UFO in your country, then you should also attack it for a minute. Their shields will not work. After receiving this message, all the big countries of the world are ready for the attack. Steven's UFO, which he will take inside a missile, is also fitted in it. They tell him that this missile will not blast upon collision, but will explode after 30 seconds, allowing them to leave. The pilots are scarce, so they recruit normal civilians who know how to fly a plane. They ask them to come forward like Russell, whose plane was crashed by aliens years ago, and he was kidnapped. Russell expresses his desire to take revenge, and the president also decides to join the mission as he was a pilot before. Now, Steven and David both sit in the UFO and head towards the mothership of aliens. They enter the ship, and there they find a massive army of aliens ready to attack. They skillfully control their UFO, fitting it in a place among many other UFOs. David begins to upload the virus, and once the upload is complete, he informs Earth about it. As the UFOs on Earth attack with missiles, they fail due to the protection shield on the alien ships. This disappoints everyone, but the president decides to try again. His second missile hits the target, bringing joy to everyone. The humans continue to attack the UFO, but more UFOs emerge from the large one, attacking the humans. The Air Force throws all their missiles at the aliens, but they don't suffer significant losses. The president has one last missile left, and as the main door of the UFO opens, they miss the target Russell. Russell also has a missile, but it jams, forcing him to crash his plane into the UFO, causing a massive explosion. Meanwhile, Steven and David's UFO gets stuck and they struggle to get it out. They decide to leave the missile behind, even if it costs them their lives. Their UFO gets released. They have 30 seconds to get out, and the door is closing. But somehow, these people manage to escape. After their departure, there's a massive blast that completely destroys their mothership. Wherever there were UFOs on Earth, humans had destroyed them. In this way, humans win the entire war, and the movie ends here.